I love that little intro thing. Yes, it's another Marvel game. Oh well. Playing my favourite one, actually. My favourite single-player game. Oh, it's Spider-Man 2, it's not good. Oh, piss off. Yeah, alright, cool. Stream's active. Hey everyone, it's Tom. Welcome back to a brand new stream. We're just having some chill Spider-Manage, just so I can chat a little bit. Oh, Miles. I love Miles. Just so I can come on. Wanted to go to bed and get an early night, as I am on placement tomorrow. However, I just thought I'd come on, and also I'm waiting for my bedding to dry, so can't really go to bed yet without my bed sheets, and me being stupid, didn't realise that it'd be useful having an extra sheet, extra set of bed sheets. So that's unfortunately going to have to be changed. I'll just get some. The thing is, throughout my whole degree, I've always gone with just one, because every place I've lived in has had a dryer, but this is the first place I've got that doesn't actually have a dryer. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, but yeah, still got it. I do hate how long these guys take to beat up. It's because I've got the... Do you know what? I might, just for these streams, just lower the difficulty. Just because it takes ages to actually beat these guys up. And I'm glad that they're tough, but at the same time it's like... There's tough and then there's just being tough. Spoke with 2 Fs. Yeah, it's nice to be back on, especially on this game. I love this game. I'll defend it to the day I die. It's probably one of my favourite... It is my favourite original Spider-Man story. Yes, I think there's a couple of things the first game did a little bit better, but ultimately I just... It's my favourite story is Peter getting the symbiote, and I love Miles, so the fact that Miles had a big story in this game as well, and truly a proper Spider-Man classic story with Miles... I loved it, and I'm actually really excited to when I play it again. I might actually replay it next year after I graduate. Just so I've got a bit more time on my hands. The thing is, if I wanted to, I could play it this week, but truthfully, I don't really want to, because I want to kind of experience it all again. Because last year when the game came out, I replayed the first game, and I also played Miles Morales before the game came out. So I kind of got the whole Spider-Man story in one hit, and I just loved it. Like I absolutely adored the whole experience of replaying, you know, just sort of revisiting this world before the next chapter came out. And you know, I'm very excited to do it when the final chapter comes out, whenever Spider-Man 3 does. I'm hoping that gets announced this year, to be honest, either this year or next year. I feel like it's going to get announced around the time of Wolverine, because to be fair, we kind of had something similar with Miles Morales and the announcement of Wolverine and Spider-Man 2. Like, it wasn't too far away. Oh, that was cool. It wasn't too far away that we had both of those games announced. And well, yeah, we had Miles Morales release, and then like the following year we got Spider-Man 2 being announced, which I just thought was genius. I thought it was great. You know, I had so much fun with it. But yeah, I hope Spider-Man 3 is a satisfying conclusion. I have a feeling it might be one of the best games that they ever make. Cause I know Insomniac said they wanted to make more games from Marvel, which is music to my ears, by the way, because I absolutely love Insomniac games. I actually want to go back and play Infamous, because it was Infamous they made, wasn't it? I could be wrong. I know they made Sunset Overdrive for Xbox, but obviously I don't have an Xbox, so I can't play that. But yeah, I just adore Insomniac. They made Ratchet and Clank as well. I do want to go back and play Ratchet and Clank because I remember that was one of the first games I ever had on my PS3, which was the first console that I ever owned, like just for myself. Because we used to have a PlayStation 2, but that was a shared like family console. My brother converted to Xbox, and then he became a PC player now. So I've just stuck with PlayStation. And truthfully, I don't ever see myself getting an Xbox, especially now that Halo is coming to PlayStation. Like, that is mental. I still can't believe that's actually happening, and I'm really happy as well, because Halo was always one of those games where if I was gonna buy an Xbox, it would just be to play Halo, because all the other like massive games that compete with Halo, things like Call of Duty, Battlefield, they're all available for PlayStation anyway. So it's like. And truth be told, I'm not a Call of Duty player. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'm terrible at Call of Duty. I can just barely manage Marvel Rivals. But even then, I think, judging by the fact that I'm quite literally playing this game, shows how sick I am of Rivals. And also, for me, this is the definitive Spider-Man experience. This game is the game where I most feel like Spider-Man. And Spider-Man's one of my favourite characters. I struggle saying he is my favourite. I really struggle with that because I have so many fond memories. I mean, Spider-Man is the character I can always come back to quite easily, whereas with the other characters, things like Wolverine, the Avengers, it's like there's so much stuff like that are connected, whereas with Spider-Man, it's almost like separate stories that can lead up to something if you want it to. Whereas with the Avengers, it's like, no, you have to watch the whole experience to really appreciate the story. And I love it. Like, Endgame is my favourite movie of all time, but it's one of those, I can't just watch Endgame on its own. Whereas I can pick up a Spider-Man movie, any of them, and be like, okay, cool, I'm going to enjoy it. But even then, it is nice just to watch him, like, it is nice to watch a Spider-Man film, like, with others accompanying it. Like, I'd love to do another Tobey Maguire. Do you know what? At one point, I do want to do a Spider Saga, where I watch every Spider-Man film leading up to, oh, never mind. That's just a waste of, like, one where it's like, okay, these guys, it's on max difficulty. It's not difficult. It just takes ages. Who's left? Please do that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. They're done. As I am becoming a lot more confident talking about my Lego love, I finally own movie suits for Miles Morales in Lego form. Well, I say movie suits, I own this one, which is the only one that's been made. I own the set one and the CMF one. I do prefer the CMF one just to the extra print details and the bioelectricity, which, I mean, it's a CMF, obviously it's going to be much more packed with detailing. And the leg prints as well. Oh my god, the leg prints look gorgeous on that suit. But even then, it's like, it's just an awesome figure to have, and I've got it on my No Way Home Final Battle display, which I've turned it into like a Spider-Verse, cinematic Spider-Verse display. I've got all my Spider-Verse CMFs. I've got some of them. I've got basically all the minifigs from the set as well. The Spider-Verse Mars Morales versus the Spot set. I love that set. That is such a good set. Very like impromptu decision. Well, I tell a lie. I bought it at Easter time, and I saw it. I was like, I went to Sainsbury's mostly to look at the Lego, but also I love Sainsbury's. It's not too far away from where I live back home. And I saw it. I was like, well, if I'm going to buy something, I'm going to buy this. And the truth is like, I've been tempted to buy, there's one DC set in particular I've been tempted to buy, and that is the uh, animated series Batmobile because I love Kevin Conroy, and you know I want something. I want a Kevin Conroy minifig because I never got that Arkham Knight one, and I don't know. There's always. I'm not going to deny. I prefer Marvel over DC. Like that is just me. Like I prefer Marvel. I love Batman. Don't get me wrong, but I just prefer the Marvel universe. I prefer the movies. I'm gonna say it. Marvel in the last, I'd say, 10 years has had a much better rep for games than DC had. Well, tell you what, no, that's not quite true. That's not quite true. I think. Oh shoot. I think, you know, 10 years ago we got Arkham Knight, and that is one of the best games I've ever played. I'd say top 5, possibly. Top 5, maybe like, you know, oh, I don't know, it's very hard, because I played a lot of amazing games, like God of War Ragnarok, Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5, and if we're including every kind of game, then the Telltale games really do get top, like, they get top priority. I made an entire series about them on YouTube, and to be fair, they are my most successful videos, so, yeah, that's kind of a no-brainer that Telltale games are going to be up there as my favourites, but in terms of single-player AAA games, yeah, I've played so many good ones, and I'm very fortunate as well, because I've been able to work hard enough to actually pay for them, and still, you know, keep myself on top of, like, bills and stuff. It's like, I'm really proud of myself for that, and to be fair, a lot of the games, amazing gifts as well. I'm really grateful for that. I'm very fortunate. I did manage to make a massive score on Red Dead 2 and God of War. Managed to get them both for like 15 quid each. And I got one more. I got Lord of the Rings, which I've yet to play. I am going to play that at some point. I should play it because I've had an entire D&D campaign. It's like a sequel to Lord of the Rings for like the last. Well, we kind of stopped playing it a few years ago. I do hope that story gets finished, but we kind of moved on. Even though my brother's an amazing DM, and his story is, you know, his story's one I'm locked into seeing a, you know, a climax in. But yeah. Going back to the Lego Spider-Man talk, I really, really, really hope that with the new, like, Epic Moments series that they're doing, which is basically dioramas from old movies, they give the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man some love, and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man films. Just because we've got a Spider-Man 3 set coming in January, which looks incredible. I can't wait to buy it. However, I really want to see the first one get some love and get a classic Spider-Man 1 Green Goblin, because obviously the one from the No Way Home Final Battle set is based off what he wears in No Way Home, and I won't lie, that minifig it's pretty bad. Considering it's one of my favourite sets, I need to turn this friggin' mic down because it's way too loud in my ear. I can barely hear myself speak. Considering that set is one of my favourite sets, that Green Goblin minifig is not good. So I'm actually hoping to buy the Firestar Toys leg prints, just because I really don't like that Green Goblin minifig, and it's a shame because Green Goblin, in my opinion, is the best villain. Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is the best Spider-Man villain that's been in any of the movies. I love them all. I love Alfred Molina as Doc Ock. I love Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman. Even Topher Grace's Venom. I thought he was great. I'm happy to get in a minifig of him. But whatchamacallit? Oh yeah, and especially Rhys Ifans as Lizard and Jamie Foxx as Electro. Rhys Ifans, to be fair, he's Welsh, so I'm very proud that one of my own is a villain in the Spider-Man series. Also smashed his role as Kirk Connors in both No Way Home and The Amazing Spider-Man. Obviously, his performance in Amazing Spider-Man was better because he was actually the main villain, whereas his comeback in No Way Home was very much akin to a part of the story rather than being like the direct antagonist. I don't want to. He's not a cameo in my opinion. He is I'd say he's more like a tertiary villain. I'd say that your main villains definitely go to the likes of well, your main villain is Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, and then like your secondary villains are Doc Ock and Electro, and then Sandman and Lizard are very much like the tertiary villains. Like they're there, and they serve a purpose being there, but at the same time, I don't think they're a major. Oh, is that a? Oh no, never mind. It's the Flame. Yeah, the Flame Cult. Yeah, really like that side mission in the game. Thought it was really cool, and the Carnage reveal as well was pretty sick. I'm hoping that Carnage is going to be in the third game, and they possibly do Red Goblin. Actually, no, I hope they don't do Red Goblin, just because Venom being the main villain in this game, I don't want another symbiote battle, because they've got to address what they're going to do with the anti-Venom symbiote. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I feel like the Spider-Man media that should get set the most are the games. But I know they won't touch that because they did the incredible San Diego Comic-Con minifigs for Peter and Miles. But then again, they could kind of get away with it because in 2019 they did the advanced suit from the first Spider-Man game. And then in 2020 they did the Miles Morales suit from the first Miles game. They've not done the second game at all, meaning if we were to get sets, they'd have to do it on the second game to make sure that those minifigs still add value. But even then, like, it's not the first time that they've gone and done that. Like with the Andrew Garfield suit in the the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit in the No Way Home set, like obviously that minifig is going for like thousands and thousands of pounds now, and dollars. It's like, well, they can do it, it's just whether they will or not. I hope they do. I hope they do like a brick built Venom versus Spider-Man and Peter, but Spider-Man and Miles. Oh, sorry, Peter and Miles, they're both Spider-Man. What am I on about? But at the same time, please just be inaccurate and just do the default suits. I'm not, I love the anti-Venom suit, but I am going to be brutally honest. I'll leave you get it up. That sounds weird, do apologise. Where is it? Yeah, this suit is not it. That suit is horrible. I hate that suit so much. I really hope that they just abandon it in Spider-Man 3. Don't even have it as like a unlockable suit. Because they'll all get new suits, obviously, but yeah, just please abandon that bloody suit. It was awful. Yeah. Okay, we don't need to take him to the hospital, so we'll... Oh, okay. Okay. Why am I not being able to... Okay, that's annoying me. There you are. And then, of course, we have the gorgeous No Way Home final swing suit.
Let's go.
Or red and blue, I don't know, depends what they want to call it. I can't wait to see this back in Brand New Day with just the slight tweaks. Do we stick with the Spider-Verse theme? Yeah, let's stick with the Spider-Verse theme in case they team up. Wait, no. Oh, so clean. Yeah, let's go to the Spider-Verse suit, because that is a gorgeous suit, the Into the Spider-Verse suit. Technically, I do have the minifig of this. I have the Peter B. Parker in his robes with Mayday. I miss my Lego sets, man. I've got the Endgame one, the Endgame Final Battle hit, and I love it. Despite all my flaws and complaints of it, I do really like the set. It's not perfect, but I mean, it was good enough for me to spend 90 quid on it. And when I say 90 quid, I mean that and the expansion. I didn't actually pay full price for it. because with those dioramas, they tend to go on quite good discounts. I really wanted the Age of Ultron one, but I feel like I might have missed my chance with it. One, because I haven't got the space for it, and two, it's retiring at the end of the year. So's the Daily Bugle, unfortunately. I'm still fuming about that. I really hope one day I'll make enough money to go to a convention, because to be fair, they do have conventions not too far away from me, and just grab it. Obviously, if it like triple the price, but that is a dream to work towards, because I want that set. The modular Daily Bugle. The new one looks okay. I can't lie. The new one looks nice because it's compatible with that new like mini modular theme that Lego Marvel's doing, and I like it. I can't lie. I do quite like it. Some stupid minifig choices. I can't lie. I mean, Venomized Captain America looks great, but I'm also annoyed that they can't give, you know, normal Steve Rogers minifigs that level of detail with like the dual molded leg and the you know, the leg prints. I'm just like, why? Like, you can give it to Sam Wilson, but you can't give it to Steve Rogers. Like, why? Like, just give it them both. It's not that difficult. They're both awesome characters. Just, you know. But at the same time, they've started giving Iron Man arm printing, which makes me really, really hopeful that that is going to be a new normal. Because they've given the Mark 43 arm prints and they've given it to the Mark 3. Now, bearing in mind they are both originally, like, you know, they're not new minifigs. They're new variants of it, but they're not, you know, like, completely new. Because the Mark 43 first appeared in the Age of Ultron sets released last year, and the Mark 3 has been around since the start of the Infinity Saga sub-theme. Obviously with a new helmet print that debuted in the Iron Man Armory in 2022. So if they are going to go and give those older suits new prints, I'm really hoping they can do the same with the Captain America suits. You know, give Endgame Cap. I mean, it doesn't really matter much to me now because I've literally gone and upgraded the Captain America minifig myself. Like, I completely swapped out one from the set with the oh, that's cool. With the Endgame one from 2021, and I've also given him the Captain Carter print work. So, you know, I'm. Oh. Yeah. So it really doesn't matter much to me now, but at the same time, I'm not that bothered. I'd still like, because I wouldn't mind owning multiple like high detailed endgame minifigs. They're the ones I want the most, if I'm being honest. Like, I really want goods. Oh, is this the? Oh no, it's not. I thought it was Wakandan Embassy. I really want good quality endgame minifigs because Endgame is my favourite movie, like I've said before, and probably almost every stream that I do. Yeah, we still need to get Hawkeye and Black Widow from Endgame and Hulk. You know, it's been 6 years now since Endgame, and still no Hulk Big Fig. And I'm glad they are going back to making Hulk Big Figs again, especially with the new like rotatable head. I'm still yet to get one, but I am gonna get that new Hulkbuster diorama. Because I love Marvel dioramas. They're my favourite sets outside of the modulars. You know, I love I mean, the Civil War was quite disappointing, but at the same time, I still thoroughly enjoyed building the Endgame one. I love the No Way Home one. I really hope that they do them for Doomsday and Secret Wars. Depending on what those films are going to be like, obviously. I feel like the flagship set of Doomsday, in my opinion, this is going to be controversial. I think it should be a Baxter building, because the actors of Fantastic Four First Steps have already confirmed that we're going to get more people in the Baxter building, so it sounds like that some of our like 616 Avengers are going to Earth 828, which I think is pretty cool, I can't lie. And I love the world of 828 in Fantastic Four First Steps. Like, I thought it looked beautiful. So knowing that the Baxter building is going to get more use in Doomsday, in my opinion, I think that qualifies a modular. Because obviously you got heavy use in First Steps. And what they could do is they could do a repeat of the Sanctum Sanctorum, where the modular building actually was based off 2 films. Because it was obviously featuring minifigs and references to Infinity War. With obviously like the Mark 50, the Stark Suit Spider-Man, Ebony Maw, Wong from Infinity War, but also include characters from Multiverse of Madness, so like your Scarlet Witch, your Doctor Strange, Mordo, Dead Strange, Sinister Strange. Do that again, but with characters from like Doomsday and Fantastic Four First Step, so you can get like your Herbie, your Mole Man. You can get like a Silver Surfer minifig, Human Torch flaming, but also, I mean, I have no clue who's actually going to be in that. I suspect it's going to be the new Avengers, so like your Red Guardian, John Walker, Yelena Belova, Bucky, and I think some X-Men are going to be there as well. I personally think, because Kelsey Grammer did recently slip up and said he worked with Pedro Pascal. So, oh no, he said he hung out with Pedro Pascal. And that, for me, that indicates that he must have worked together, because obviously a lot of Marvel actors tend to film on sound stages, so they don't actually shoot with other people, so obviously to protect like set photos. Oh, I love this combo. Set photos getting out. So hopefully, in the Baxter Building set, there was quite a few people on it. I suspect it's going to be a lot of Avengers and Fantastic Four and X-Men. I feel like X-Men it would be a big one. I think hopefully I'm actually. I don't mind if we get less Marvel sets this year, or at least throughout like the course of the year, and then just go all out for Doomsday, and again for Secret Wars. And I hope one of those flagship sets is a modular Baxter Building. I doubt it, because it seems like they're swerving towards DC modulars now with Arkham Asylum and possibly the Daily Planet. I mean, the Bugle's now retired, and you know, there was a Daily Planet tease in Arkham Asylum. Well, they denied it was a tease, but let's face it, probably a tease. In Arkham Asylum, there was a reference to the Daily Planet, so that could be an indicator that the next superhero modular is the Daily Planet, which I'm kind of not that bothered by it, because obviously I prefer Marvel, so I prefer a Baxter Building. I say that, I'm likely not going to buy it anyway, even if it was a Baxter Building, because I can't afford it. Plus, Avengers Tower retires next year, and I'm not missing out on that as well as the Daily Bugle. The Bugle is one of those. It came out when I was in sixth form. I was saving up to go to uni. Or saying that, when it came out, I had very little money to begin with. I could have, if I wanted to, bought it on my 18th birthday, but I was going to uni. Like, I needed that money for uni, and you know, throughout its entire shelf life, I've been either a sixth form student or a university student. My finances have had to go elsewhere, which is, oh well. That's the joys of being an adult. You can't always buy what you want. But no, it's one of those sets. I always wish I had it, but you know, I mean, yeah, obviously I regret not being able to buy it, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world that I didn't, because we're living in a very, not to be political, but everything is expensive nowadays. I think we're lucky the fact we've even got a £10 Lego set. Or I think it'll be about £8 in this country, or like £9 in this country, but like a £9 Lego set coming out in January with Ghost Rider and Spider-Man. Like, that is incredible. I'm going to buy it, because you know, it's barely a tenner. Like, yeah, of course I'll buy it. And the fact that the Spider-Man 3 set is only 20 quid, It was like less than 30 quid. You know, it's 19 quid. Less than £30 you can get a Spider-Man 3 set and the Ghost Rider set with really good like value and minifigs. Like that's a bargain in my opinion. I don't think you can get much better than that. So obviously I'm going to buy it. It just means that I can't get anything else for a little bit. And to be fair, I am kind of tempted by one of the Batmobiles in March. I'm kind of tempted. Again, I'm literally like, I shouldn't be buying it like much Lego because I'm only in this house until July next year, and then I'm moving back home, and then after that my priority is going to be, well, kickstarting my career hopefully, and also saving up towards moving out again. Which, you know, it's unfortunate, but it's one of those things that has to be done. So if my money has to go towards that than Lego, then I feel like I'm making a more informed decision there. So I'm not,
this isn't helping anybody.
I'm not really regretting anything. Like, 'cause at the end of the day, it is hard. It is hard, especially when, you know, money is not ideal. Oh shoot! Why did I do that? It's life, innit? It is life. You can't always have the things you want, and rather than sit and complain about it, try and just work so that those things do become accessible one day. Like I'm quite lucky in the fact that I don't have kids. That sounds awful against kids. I don't mean it like that. But I don't have like any parental responsibility, so I can, you know, I can enjoy myself a little bit and things I want. Also, I have my graduation next year, which is something I never thought I'd ever actually achieve. So, and unfortunately that is expensive, so I have savings like ready for that. Which, yeah. Oops. I have actually asked as a Christmas gift, as a contribution towards my graduation, because one thing I'm absolutely hell-bent on is I'm not hiring a suit. I do not want to hire a suit. I want to own a suit. Because I used to have a suit. Well, I technically still have a suit. It's a gorgeous suit, but I've had that suit for 7 years. And I'm a lot bigger than I was 7 years ago. So, and also I've used that suit for so many momentous things. I used it for Legally Blonde. It's a gorgeous suit, but I think it's time to upgrade it. So yeah, it's one of them. I'm not upset about it. I'm actually really excited for it. But yeah. Yeah. Next year though, I do want to get Avengers Tower. That set is my most wanted Lego. And also with Doomsday coming out, it's like, what better way to prepare for Avengers Doomsday than building the Avengers Tower? Bearing in mind that tower made a comeback in Thunderbolts, which is directly linking up to Doomsday. So it's like, it just makes sense, you know. And it's celebrating all the Avengers films and the Infinity Saga and all those incredible stories. Like, it's just a great time to be a Marvel fan at the moment. I think Marvel have strongly got their shit together. I don't want to jinx it, you know. There's things coming out next year which I'm not too bothered about, but at the same time, I am, you know, I'm intrigued by. I am very intrigued by it. I'm very intrigued by what Marvel have to offer next year. You know, we have X-Men 97 Season 2, Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Doomsday, Brand New Day, you have the Wolverine game, which I know is not MCU, but, you know, still, it's an Insomniac game. That is just as much a treat. Ah, for Christ's sake, these guys are just... Can't even see it. There you go. Oh, what a triple punch in the balls there. Awful. There you go. No, now they're dead. Well, they're not dead, but they're battered. Yeah. What time are we on? Oh, we're on 11 o'clock. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I can quite comfortably say I am done with Lego spending now until January 1st. You know, obviously there's stuff I want, but I don't need it. And that's the thing. It's like I'd much rather put money towards things I need at the moment than things I don't. I mean, you could argue I don't need any Lego set, but at the same time, you got to have a hobby. And I'm going to admit, Lego is a much better hobby than drinking. It is a much better hobby. Obviously, I drank again, like for the first time in about a year, when I finished Death of a Salesman. But come on, you know, Legos. I'd take a night build on Lego over going out getting smashed any day of the week. Smashed in more ways than one as well. But yeah, I'm really excited. Like really excited for some of the new sets to come out. I completely forgot I bought this. I bought a Sonic the Hedgehog Lego set. And I'm a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog as well. In fact, I might even stream Sonic Generations. Just try and get some new PBs on some of my favourite maps, or stages, sorry. I guess it kind of maps as well. Also, I have Sonic X Shadow Generation, so I have the Shadow the Hedgehog game as well. Which, I can't lie, had no right being as good as it was. Literally no right at all. That, in my opinion, was one of the best Sonic games I've ever played. I really enjoyed Sonic Frontiers. I thought that game was awesome. For some reason, my save file is gone, and I'm devastated about it. Because I wanted to play the like second story expansion, but I can't because my save file got corrupted. But Shadow Generations had no right being as good as it is. It is probably, like, I would say, the best Sonic game that has been made in years, and that is coming from someone that really enjoyed Frontiers. I don't know, like the game had no right being as good, and it's a Shadow game as well, which, you know, we haven't had for a long time. I am just going to take these guys out, and then yeah, right. I'm just going to respond to something quickly. It's nothing major. It's just I've been invited to do Secret Santa, so okay. Join a party. Okay. I'm going to respond to this, like, as I am chatting to you guys, so select my name. Oh, hang on. Add me to the list. Can I choose my name? Yeah, add me to the list. Exchange date December 15th, budget, okay. Where do I put my name in? Add me to the list. I'm gonna do this whilst I'm chatting to you guys, because yeah, we're doing Secret Santa, my group, my course at uni. First time I've done it in quite a few years, and to be fair, this one's it's quite reasonable. Like, it's just a budget. It's a budget friendly Secret Santa, so it's not like I'm buying someone a private island or something like that. Yeah, we're at the good times. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm in. Nice. Uh, okay. We'll resume with that shortly. I don't want to abandon you guys, so let's see what's occurring. Okay. I don't know why I've gone all Gavin and Stacey there. I do apologise. But yeah.
There. Gotta get those robots off the streets. Find us. Give them down, Spider-Man! Head enforcement here. You're in violation of several ordinances. Get him down!
Yeah. To be fair, if they were to do a modular building of the Baxter building, this is kind of spawned in my head. They've had, I'd say, probably a year worth of concept art for it, and all they would have to do, if they want to make it Doomsday based as well, is just print off the minifigs and put them in. I mean, you can kind of cheat by putting Doctor Doom in there, even though he made his first appearance in Fantastic Four First Steps. It was under the cloak of him. So just take the minifig they use for him in Doomsday and stick it in the Baxter building, along with Franklin Richards and Sue Storm. But yeah, if it was to be a big set, I'd want at least 30 minifigs like the Avengers Tower, or at least, if we're being more reasonable, like 25. Which you could kind of cheat by having at least 8 of them be different variants of the Fantastic Four itself, so that you could have a stretchy Reed, you could have normal Reed, you can have a big fig thing. Don't reuse the minifig, please. It's a good minifig, but I only want one of it because, truthfully, I always wanted them to be a big fig. Just don't reuse the thing minifig. Use the head. Use the head and like the little rock piece they had for it, and just use it on a big thing. Like, that'd be cool, but I feel like he should be a bit bigger than a minifig. Like, and I know. Like, I don't know. Make the midfig from the Incredibles game. Just go ahead and make it, for God's sakes. Like, it's such a perfect piece. It only exists digitally, and also, you know, the Lego Group work with TT Games, so like why they couldn't have made it a real minifig is ridiculous, or a real piece, and just do it. Oh god, Yeah. Oh, sugar lumps. I will say, I do hope we get sets for Brand New Day. I don't expect we're going to get many. I reckon we might be lucky with 2 or 3. It's a Spider-Man movie, so I'm expecting at least 1. I'd be very disappointed if we didn't get at least 1 set for Brand New Day. And even then, I'm not expecting to get Punisher as a minifig. Although it'd be pretty sick if we got the Punisher's van. Like, I'm all over that if we got that set. Jesus, I'd be well up for it. But yeah. Oh, and speaking of which, I'm very confused over who the villain's going to be. I'm kind of hoping that it is just Scorpion and Tombstone, because Tombstone's been confirmed, and this is legendary. The guy who voiced him in Into the Spider-Verse is playing him in live action. Like, that is incredible. I think that is nuts. Like, honestly, if they're doing that, then I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we get Haley Steinfeld playing Spider-Gwen in live action. I would not be surprised, and I'm kind of down for it. I can't lie. With Shamik Moore as Miles Morales in live action, they'd have to do it very carefully, because obviously he does. I mean, if you age up the live action counterparts, it could work. It could work, to be fair. I don't know. I'm not expecting it. To be fair, I highly doubt that they're going to be playing the live action Miles and Gwen in the MCU when they inevitably come. I know they're not coming until after Beyond the Spider-Verse, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with. They are literally leading a trilogy at the moment, and quite possibly one of the greatest trilogies, or greatest Marvel trilogies of all time. Like, those films have no right being as good as they are, but then again, a lot of people snub animation, and those two, in my opinion, are 2 of the best animated films ever made. So to get a trilogy of Miles and Gwen, I'm here for that. I'm absolutely here for it. Those guys are amazing, and they really do deserve it.
If you're looking for $2 bills, I think the bag on 101st has some. Oh, it's on, Spider-Man.
In terms of other sets, I have a strong feeling they're going to carry on with the mini modular theme, which I don't mind. I just hope it doesn't mean we're going to lose full modulars for Marvel, because they are the best Marvel sets that have ever been made, all 4 of them. Yes, even the X-Mansion. I love the X-Mansion. It's not obviously as big as everyone would like it to be, but I mean, do you want to pay like £500? But I think the X-Mansion is pretty reasonably priced for as big as it is. I would just swap out Wolverine and put the CMF one in there, because at the moment my CMF Wolverine's on my Marvel logo, which is great. It's great, but at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like for a set as amazing as the X-Mansion, the Wolverine's kind of lazy. But also I put Beast in there, and I never got the CMF Storm, unfortunately. I did miss out on that, so if I ever did get the X-Mansion, I'd finally have a Storm, just not as good as the CMF one. But yeah, I'm really sad that the Daily Bugle's retired. I could just get the new one. I mean, it is £100, so that's a lot of money to be dropping on one Lego set. But ultimately, the modular was so good, and it set a precedent as well. If I'm going to be honest, in terms of Marvel sets that I want to see, I do want to see a full modular scale Marvel HQ from the Lego Marvel game. I did talk about that, so I'm not going to repeat myself much, but just a set that kind of celebrates Marvel. Maybe in Let me get my Google up. When did Marvel Comics start? Maybe in 2029 for the 90th anniversary of Marvel, because it started in New York in 1939. So for 90 years of Marvel, do a Marvel Comics HQ as like the big like flagship modular set. Because I mean, in 2019 we had, you know, Marvel had the perfect anniversary year for that, because they literally had Endgame come out, which was concluding the Infinity Saga, but also including almost all of Marvel's best hitters. But with all like the rights and issues sorted out, you could quite easily do a modular building of like a Marvel Comics HQ with like the classic renditions of all like the best characters like Spider-Man, Captain America, Thor, Wolverine, comic book Big Hulk with the new like rotatable head. It'd just be amazing. Like, it'll be so cool. And I would pay a lot of money for that. But you know, and don't be arsy if they never included Stan Lee. I think it's quite clear right now why we're probably never going to get a Stan Lee minifig. Not only is the guy sadly no longer with us, but also, you know, likeness images, and just using his image. I'm pretty sure his family want to protect his image, which is understandable. Like, I would not want, you know, a deceased loved one to be like constantly. I don't know. It's a tricky one. Like, you just gotta be mindful of Stan Lee's family, which is why I probably never will get a minifig of him. But then again, we got Kevin Feige. We literally got the president of Marvel Studios as a minifig, and he consented to being made into a minifig. Because originally I was just going to call him Kevin the Avengers fan, but no, we actually got a minifig Kevin Feige. Like, that is incredible. I never once saw that coming. In terms of like other people, or like real people, I'd like to see made as minifigs connected to Marvel. I think the Russo brothers would be a great one. Imagine like a D2C Avengers compound set with like all like the Endgame Avengers, or better yet, like Doomsday, Secret Wars, Civil War, Winter Soldier, whatever, and include the Russo brothers as like the special edition minifigs. I think that'd be so cool to have them both in Lego form with Kevin Feige, because I'm pretty like confident that the Russo brothers have cemented their sort of. I mean, the Russo brothers have quite literally made two of the biggest films ever made, ever. Like, I feel like there's no question over their filmmaking capabilities, and the fact that they're now headlining the final Avengers films it's genius. Like, it's absolutely genius. Doomsday and Secret Wars. Like, who else was to do it? Because I remember Destin Daniel Cretton. No, I'm so sorry if I said his name wrong. Was meant to do Kang Dynasty, but obviously Jonathan Majors, that's crap, I'm not going to. That happened and they had to move. I personally feel like Doom was always going to happen. Like, because you can't do Secret Wars without Doom. You can't do Secret Wars without Doctor Doom. Like, he was... I feel like all that happened was they changed course of direction from having Kang be the villain of the first film to just make it Doom, like a two-part with Doctor Doom at the forefront. Like, that was always, in my opinion, what was going to happen. You can't tell me they weren't going to do Doctor Doom for a Secret Wars film. Like, Kang Dynasty, yeah, I get it, but Secret Wars, no. Literally both versions of Secret Wars had Doctor Doom at the forefront. The 1984 and the 2015 run, like they both had Doom. So I'm not going to stand here and be like, oh yeah, they weren't going to do Doom. No, they were going to do Doom. I think the Robert Downey Jr. thing though was quite like a spark moment, like, because if you're going to end Marvel as we know it, who better than to end it with than the same person you started it with? And bearing in mind that Secret Wars coming out in 2027, that is What? That's 19 years after the first Iron Man film. You know, I mean, they do say that there could be a third one. I don't think that. I think it could be a two-part Avengers event. Oh, that's a cool team up.
All clear. At least for a little while.
That looks pretty cool, I can't lie. Yeah. I do hope that when we inevitably get a Doctor Doom minifig, that it comes in a cheap set. Because I would love to have a Doctor Doom minifigure in my collection. And I do not want to end up having to pay like hundreds of pounds for it, because I'd have to pay that anyway to get the only one that's ever been made, the one from the Ultimate Spider-Man set in 2013. Like, I'm not paying £500-600 for that minifig. I'm sorry, just give me a new one with better prints, a better suit. Because if that Doctor Doom image from the Disney marketing event in Shanghai is anything to go by, then that could be one of the best MCU suit designs I've ever seen. And I know I say that with a lot of suits, you know, Spider-Man, Wolverine's, Captain America's, Iron Man, Thor and Infinity War. But on a real note, Doctor Doom's potential look in Doomsday looks incredible. And like, that is, I would actually go ahead as to buy like a buildable figure of Doctor Doom if they had that look. It looks amazing. Like the medieval like chainmail, the like the almost Norse looking armor. It looks insane. And imagine a minifigure of that with arm printing, with like, you know, dual molded legs and leg printing, a new cape piece, a new hood piece. That would go nuts. And I just really hope they don't skimp out. You know, if they're giving Iron Man arm prints now, and they're giving, well, at least a zombified, venomized Steve Rogers a dual molded leg, which is more that they've given him in the last 5 years. I'm happy with that. You know, I'm quite happy with that. I do wonder who that minifig's going to be though in the new book that they're coming out with, because I can't lie, the minifigs look kind of cool in those like books. I remember the Sam Wilson one looked pretty cool. The Cyborg Spider-Man looked pretty dope. What else did they do? The Iron Man suit looked pretty cool. But this one's like specifically based off of the MCU, or at least it's kind of like, you know, Secrets of the Avengers. So I don't know if that's going to be MCU adjacent or just like movie stuff. I kind of hope it is a like a Winter Soldier Steve Rogers, because I'll actually buy the book if that's the case. I know DC has a book coming out which is rumored to have a like Joker Batman, or Batman Who Laughs, or like Joker in a Batman suit, which looks pretty cool, I can't lie. I mean, obviously we've not seen what the minifig looks like, but the concept sounds cool. So to get one with like an exclusive Steve Rogers Captain America would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Or a really detailed Thor minifig, because we've not had a good Thor minifig in a while. Controversially, but I think the best Thor minifig we've had in the last few years is probably the Love and Thunder one. Even though Love and Thunder wasn't great, I think the minifig looks really good. Considering, you know, it's one of the, I think it's probably the only Thor to actually have leg prints as well, which is very, like, you know, for a Thor minifig, I think I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't, either a good Captain America or a really good Thor minifig, and I'll be happy. Like, give us a really detailed, like, Infinity War 4. I know we just got one with the Marvel logo and the Endgame set, but at the same time, you can kind of, you know, give him that like short hair piece that they use for Hawkeye. and you've got give him arm prints, leg prints, and you've got like a God's sake, fix Stormbreaker, please fix Stormbreaker, because I actually really hate the build for Stormbreaker.
You're amazing. Thank you.
It's supposed to be an axe and a hammer, but it looks like a stick with a bit of metal on it. It does not look good. So please give us like a good Stormbreaker like side build. Please, I beg you, Lego, please give us a good Stormbreaker. I'm also kind of biased because I love Stormbreaker. It's my favourite weapon in the MCU. Okay, I'm actually going to wrap it there. We've been on for an hour, and also I really do need to go to bed because I'm back on placement tomorrow. So we are going to wrap it there, but thank you for anyone that's tuned in. And if you're just watching the VOD, doesn't matter to me, I still appreciate it nonetheless. I do hope you're all well, and I'll see you all soon. Alright, take care guys, bye bye.